This Bible study is about God's counsel, specifically about physical health. We will use the teaching method of a dialogue between the leader of a team of counselors and Tom, the counselee. Please, let's open our Bibles and let's look up Ephesians 5, verse 18. And let's see what God tells us through Paul in Ephesians 5:18. Tom, would you read it, please?
And do not get drunk with wine, for that is dissipation, but be filled with the Spirit.
Thank you. Tom, according to the first part of Ephesians 5:18, what should you not do?
Get drunk with wine, for that is dissipation.
That's correct. When you get drunk with wine, you are under the control of the wine. And when you let yourself be dominated by wine, the excess and debauchery in your thoughts, speech, and actions are evident. Although the verse specifically mentions getting drunk with wine, its application is broader, and the biblical principle is that you should not submit yourself under the control of any substance, person, or anything.
I did a self-test before God. At the beginning, I didn't want to do it, but I knew it was from God, and that's why I made the list of medicine, drugs, and liquor that I have taken and that I'm taking. I will show you the list so you all can help me.
Thank you, Tom. It will help you also if you identify and mark in the list your practices of sin and temptations to sin that are related with each of the items on the list.
Why should I identify the temptations to sin with my body?
You identify them so that you can be alert in advance, so as not to expose yourself to temptations, and so that you will take steps of obedience to God when you are tempted to sin. The emphasis is not on focusing on temptations, but the emphasis is on focusing on thoughts, speech, and actions under the control of the Holy Spirit. Tom, according to the second part of Ephesians 5:18, what should you do?
Be filled with the Spirit.
That's correct. You must submit to God to be only under the control of the Holy Spirit. You should not submit to evil to be under the control of wine or any other substance, any circumstance, any person, or anything.
Should I examine myself to see if I am submitting myself under the control of the Holy Spirit or under the control of someone or something else?
Yes, Tom, you should, because at any given time there are only two possibilities. You either submit yourself under the control of the Holy Spirit, or you are submitting yourself under the control of someone or something else.
Are there only two options?
Yes, it's like being in a dark room that has an electric light switch. When it's off, there is darkness, and when it is on, there is light.
So, the things I ingest have very serious effects. I observe that when I submit myself under the control of the other people or other things, I do not fulfill my responsibilities and show lack of biblical love to others.
That's correct. When you do with your body, what you do with your body not only affects your body, but it also affects your spiritual life.
When you submit yourself under the control of someone or something repeatedly, it becomes an addiction, right?
That is correct. For example, you can become physiologically addicted to substances, liquor, drugs, certain medicines, and foods like sweets or salty or breads, or even candy or chocolates, just to name a few. The desires and cravings in the body increase in frequency and intensity, but every time there is a desire or craving in the body to sin, There is power from God available to resist temptation to sin and to submit yourself under the control of the Holy Spirit. So by way of meditation and response, let us think how it is that our body can be presented to God or else be presented to someone or something else. Let us meditate.